everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a very long-awaited and anticipated video. Today we're going to be talking about the new Wet n Wild Queen of My Heart collection. Now I feel like I have to say this in every single one of my Wet n Wild limited edition videos, but these collections are so hard to get your hands on, and I know the struggle. Like, I had to call so many CVS's and Walgreens, like it was absolutely insane. I think that like the 50th one actually got my number and decided to call me when they had the collection instead of me calling like every other day. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but I was able to get my hands on the collection because Wet n Wild actually released it on their website as a bundle, which isn't horrible because that means I was able to get every single one of the products in the collection. I'm not really fond of everything, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. There are some things I think are complete misses in this collection, but there are also things that I think you guys will absolutely adore. So when I placed my order online, I not only got one bundle for myself, but I also got a bundle for you all. So there is going to be a giveaway at the end of the video for the entire Queen of My Heart collection. So if you are interested in the giveaway, make sure you stick around to the end. But again, today's video is going to be a review on this entire collection. I also did a demo using the products. Actually, 95% of the products on my face today are by Wet n Wild, which is awesome. So I did a demo on my eye look, also using the highlighters, which, can we just take a second? They are so gorgeous, as well as the Lipgloss Palette. I also wanted to show you some swatches, as well as some comparisons and dupes, especially for the highlighters, since that's what everyone's going goo goo gaga over, especially myself. So I hope you all really enjoyed today's video. Make sure you do stick around to the end of the video if you are interested in the giveaway, so you guys know how to enter. But if you're interested in seeing all of the new Wet n Wild Queen of My Heart collection review and swatches, then just keep on watching. So before I get into my review, I do want to tell you all a little bit about the products like I always do in my reviews, but I also want to show you an overview of the collection if you've never seen it before. I'll also put a little picture right here of the display, so if you are interested in trying to find it in store, you will see what it looks like right here. It's very hard to track down. I would definitely recommend calling your local CVS or Walgreens to see if they can track it down for you, or even ask if they have what you're interested in, instead of having to go there and be disappointed that there's no more highlighters, which that totally happened to me a couple times until I was able to order it. So again, there are two highlighters in this collection. I love these. These are my favorite out of the entire collection. So they have one in Sweetest Bling, as well as the other one called Lilac to Reality. There's also a lip gloss palette, which looks like this. There's also three of the Color Icon Eyeshadow Trios, which I love their eyeshadows. I'm wearing them on my eyes today. They also released a couple of cheek products. They have three of the cheek lip and tints. There's like a corally color, a pink one, and then a little bit more of like a deeper rose. And then last but not least, they also released a Kabuki Brush, which I love their brushes. So the brush and the two highlighters are my favorites out of the collection. I'm so obsessed with the brush. I actually found myself another one because I love their brushes. Again, they're so affordable, but they are so good and so soft. So like I mentioned earlier, I did buy mine online in a bundle, which is actually cheaper if you want to get the entire thing on the Wet n Wild website. So this is what it looks like. It's a 10-piece bundle. This is actually $29.99, which is great. It is a $43 value, so you are saving money if you wanted to get the entire thing versus going to the store and picking up every single product. So the description of the collection on the Wet n Wild website says, "Get ready to rule spring with the Queen of My Heart collection. Spring florals inspired by the soft, flirty, and modern collection. If you were to buy all these products separately and not in the bundle for $29.99, the lip palette is $5.99, which I do not think is worth it. This is definitely a pass for me. I will go into that later. The highlighters are $4.99 each, which are absolutely gorgeous. The Kabuki brush is only $3.99. The eyeshadow trios are $2.99, and then the lip, cheek, and tints are $4.99. So I wanted to start out with the highlighters since I feel like that's what we're all here for, and that's what I'm most excited about. So again, there are two colors, the Sweetest Bling and Lilac to Reality, which are so unique and actually very different than anything I have in my collection. The closest thing that I have found is actually the Moonchild palette by Anastasia, which I will go into swatch comparisons with these later. These are each $4.99 again, and you are getting 0.19 ounces in each one, which is actually the same amount of product you are getting in their Mega Glow highlighting powders. These are now permanent. These were limited edition, so you can finally find these everywhere now, which is awesome. So you are getting the same amount of product in these limited edition ones as those new permanent ones. My favorite one has definitely got to be the pink one, the Sweetest Bling. The formula on this one is so much more smooth and buttery. The Lilac to Reality one is a little bit more chunky and a little bit more dry. It still looks absolutely gorgeous on the cheekbones. I have the Lilac to Reality one up at the top, and then the pinky one down on the bottom, which I think is so gorgeous. Again, even these combined is so pretty. I think it's just awesome also because you could just use this one in the middle, you could just use the color on that side, or you can swirl them all together. So you do really have three different color highlighters. Same goes for the pink one, which is so so gorgeous. But let me show you some swatches of them. I really just swirled my brush in and applied them with my Anastasia A23 brush. So this is what the Lilac to Reality one looks like. There it is on my finger. Doesn't look like too much on the hand. It's like, oh, that's not really intense, but when you put it on, it's so pretty. Again, this one is a little bit more dry to the touch. You can kind of feel it's a little bit more chalky, which doesn't really translate on the cheek, which is awesome. And then this one, my favorite, the Sweetest Bling. This is what it looks like up close. I have been trying to find a dupe for this in my collection, and I have not found anything similar because it's actually so much more pink. The other ones that I have in my collection are pink, but they're not like this pink, if that makes sense. So there is the Sweetest Bling, which is my favorite. And I wanted to show you all some comparisons between the Moonchild Glow Kit from Anastasia, as well as a couple other ones that I have. So the closest thing to the Lilac to Reality one is definitely going to be Purple Horseshoe, which is in the Anastasia kit right there. The Purple Horseshoe one in the Anastasia kit actually has a little bit more of a dual chromaticness to it. So you're going to see a little bit of blue and purple, where the Wet n Wild one's just kind of purple. So there's the Anastasia at the top and Wet n Wild on the bottom. Now again, I had a lot of trouble finding a dupe for the pink one. So I'm going to show you the pink heart from the Anastasia Glow Kit, which is not similar in my opinion at all. I know a lot of people thought these were going to be dupes, but they are not. So there is Pink Heart from Anastasia and the Sweetest Bling from Wet n Wild. This one, as you can see, it has a white base, but the undertone in there is the pink shifts. But the Wet n Wild one is just a beautiful champagne-y pink, which is so pretty. The other couple ones that I thought would be quite similar that I wanted to show you all is by NYX. This is one of their dual chromatic illuminating powders, as well as the Makeup Revolution Goddess of Love highlighter. So I'm going to first start out with the NYX one. Again, this is their dual chromatic illuminating powder in the color Snow Rose. This one's very similar to the Anastasia one, so you're not going to really be able to see the difference between these two. But again, this is the NYX and this one is Wet n Wild. And then the other one again is by Makeup Revolution. This is one of their triple baked highlighters in the color Goddess of Love, which you can now find at Ulta. And this is the closest thing that I have found to the Wet n Wild one, but it's not as like intense and in your face as the Wet n Wild one is. So here is a swatch of the Makeup Revolution one right here. It's kind of hard to see. And then again, this is the Wet n Wild one. So the Makeup Revolution one in Goddess of Love is the closest dupe that I have found to it. This on the cheeks, I'm living for it. It's so pretty. Again, the pink one over the purple one any day, but they're both gorgeous on the cheekbones. So if you've been eyeing the pink one again and you were not able to get your hands on it, this one by Makeup Revolution is definitely a great alternative. While we're talking about highlighters, I wanted to show you the Kabuki brush that the collection comes with. I typically use Kabuki brushes actually for powder and bronzer. This is so fluffy and so soft. I actually use one every single day from e.l.f., which is really, really affordable. But this one is actually a little bit softer in my opinion. It feels so good on the skin. Any Kabuki brush will just give you that really diffused look on your face with any powder that you use with it, which is why I love them. Now moving on to the Eyeshadow Trios. There are 3 of them in this collection. These are the Color Icon Eyeshadow Trios. I love their eyeshadows. They're so affordable, but they blend out so easily. I'm actually again wearing them on my eyes today. So to create my eye look today, I did use a color in each one of these, and I think some of them are a little bit better than others. So the first one I wanted to talk about today is the Will You Marina Me. This is what this one looks like. I'm actually wearing this gold shade all over my lid today, which is so pretty, and it's a really beautiful kind of like dusty gold. You also have a brown shade and then the eyelid shade in here, which is kind of like a turquoisey color. So here are the swatches of the Will You Marina Me little trio looks like. I do not like the eyelid shade, which is this turquoise one right here. I had to build that swatch up at least 3 to 4 times because it's just not pigmented. It's very, very dry. The brow bone shade, which is actually the gold one, and the crease shade are very, very nice and smooth, and they apply beautifully on the eye. So I would definitely recommend this one, just not if you are looking for this color. The other one I have is Hieroglyphic Heart, which looks like this. I'm actually wearing the crease shade and this shade on my eyes today. So here are the swatches of this one. All 3 of these shades are buttery, they're smooth, and they applied really, really nicely. They blended out really nicely. I think this is one of the better ones out of the 3. And then last but not least, we have Heart and Heavy, which looks like this. I'm wearing this middle shade in my outer V and the brow bone color on my brow bone, which is really, really pretty also. So here are the 3 swatches for Heart and Heavy. I love this one as well. This shade is so pigmented. It's so creamy. The bottom one, the pink one's a little bit drier, kind of like the turquoise color in that other trio. So it's not my favorite, but overall I think these are very, very up to par with all the other eyeshadows that they have. So I definitely recommend either one of these 3. I think they're all really beautiful. They all have shades in here that I would definitely reach for and use. Again, just those 2 colors in these these two just were not my favorite, but the other shades and all the other trios were absolutely gorgeous. Moving on, I'm going to talk about the products from this collection that I really just don't like, and they're just not for me. So the first ones are the cheek and lip tints. They have 3 of them here. There is Flirt on the Street, which is like a kind of dusty rose color. The other one is called Kiss Me If You Can, which is like the nice baby pink, as well as Crush Upon a Time, which is kind of like the orangey corally color. So I like that they came out with a wide array of colors. There's definitely something for everyone, but the formula on these is just not my favorite for a cheek tint. I do not like them at all. They're so creamy, and because I have such oily skin, I have to set them with a powder or else they're just gonna go everywhere. So the formula is just not my favorite for a cheek option on myself. They will be good for lip tints if you want to use it as that, but I'm just not fond of these colors on my lips, so they're just not my favorite. I will swatch them for you, but if you do have dry skin, I think you would absolutely love these because they're not super pigmented, but they do just give a really nice flush to your cheeks. So here are the 3 swatches. This one on the side is the Flirt on the Street, the middle is called Kiss Me If You Can, and then the orangier one is called Crush Upon a Time. So that is what all 3 of them look like. I think the other thing I don't like about like cheek tints is that they just feel kind of greasy to me, which is also just kind of why I don't like cream products in general. So if you do like cream products and these are colors that you would wear, I would totally recommend them. Just for my personal taste and my skin type and everything like that, they just do not work for me. So this was a dud for me in the collection, but these again are the 3 shades. Now last but not least, something that I think everyone can skip on just because I think this is just kind of like a gimmicky product, not gonna lie. This is their Perfect Pout Lip Palette. It does come with a little brush on here. You are getting 16 little lip glosses, but I actually used this one today. I did not use much, and look at how much I've already used. So this is like a 1 or 2 time application. This kind of reminds me of kid makeup. I'm not gonna lie, I just do not like it. I think it's just a totally gimmicky product. If you have a younger sister or a young daughter that wants to get into makeup just to like play around, this is something that I would purchase for them, but it is like $5.99, $6 in some places. So kind of expensive gimmicky product in my opinion, and I just would not recommend it. I am wearing, again, this like light pinky gloss. It's number 9 on my lips right now. I did not really use that much, but it feels good. It's not sticky or it's not tacky. The color is really pretty, but for the amount of product you're getting, it's just not worth it in my opinion. This entire palette is 0.14 ounces or 4 grams of product. So, I mean, you have a nice array of colors if you've been wanting to try like a purple or like a dark red or something, but just for like everyday use and kind of wanting to keep in your collection to constantly use it, this is just not going to be a lip palette for you. So those are my thoughts on these products. Out of everything, I would definitely recommend these. I think the brush is also amazing, and if you like eyeshadow and you're like me and you like Wet n Wild shadows, I would also recommend any one of the eyeshadow trios. I think they're also really good, but the star of the show has definitely been the highlighters. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Wet n Wild has been knocking it out of the park with the highlighters that they have been coming out with, and I'm so happy because they're so affordable. So with that being said, if you were all interested in seeing me use these products for how I got this look and my demo, then just keep on watching.
Thought about this too much. What's there left to say? Throw your stones the river. Like me it drifts away. I would watch you stare. I would watch you stare. Oh, but there's no one there. We can figure this out. Put your feet down. We are the lucky ones. Swallow your choice, it's done. Terrified of what's left remains unsaid until you break my mind. Till you break my mind. Until you break my thought. Till you break my thought. I'm throwing wishes in the well in hopes that you will keep them for yourself. And know there was a time when we never let go. Never let go.
I did mention in the beginning of the video that there will be a giveaway on the entire Queen of My Heart collection from Wet n Wild, so I do have every single product in this collection for you that I'll be shipping out to one winner. So I hope you're all really excited for this giveaway. I know it's really hard to get your hands on these collections sometimes. Even for me, it can be super difficult. So I wanted to get back to you all and give you guys one of these collections because I know it's super sought after and I think you guys are really going to love it. So if you are interested in entering the giveaway, I will leave a link down below for you guys to enter. It's the easiest way for me to do it just because it will randomly pick one of you and it does make sure that I have every single person that wants to be entered in the giveaway to be entered. So I will leave the link for it down below. So the rules for this giveaway are all you need to do is subscribe and like the video. Also, if you want to, you can leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you all. So that is pretty much it for the giveaway. Again, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. The link will be down below. You have to make sure that you fill out that link or you will not be entered. Very, very important that you do that. The giveaway will end in about 2 weeks. I will have the exact date down below. So you will have 24 hours to respond to my email letting you know that you're the winner. If you do not respond within that time frame, I will just have to pick someone else. So please make sure that you read your email on the day that the giveaway ends. But again, I will leave every single piece of information that you need to know down below. So that's it for this video. I hope you all really enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful or informative if you've been eyeing these products but haven't been sure if you wanted to pick them up yourself. I will leave the link for the bundle down below. It is still in stock on their website if you wanted to pick up the entire 10-piece collection from them. So that will be in the description bar as well. So thank you all so much again for watching. I love you all so very much and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!